All right, so we are doing another Berliner Weiss beer. We want a beer that's gonna be ready for spring, summertime drinking, beer like immediately. So I am doing another version, which will be kettle soured. To make a kettle soured beer, you will start off by mashing just as you normally would. But after that, you'll bring the wort up to just a quick boil for about 15 minutes and then immediately cool it down to 95 degrees. At that point, you'll adjust the pH downward to about 4.5 using lactic acid. Once you've met that target, you'll add some lactobacillus bacteria, cover the kettle, and leave it sit for about 24 to 48 hours until it is sufficiently sour. Next, you'll bring it back up to another quick boil for 15 minutes, at which point you'll add your hops. Then you'll cool it back down to 70 degrees, add yeast, and leave it ferment just as you normally would. So we'll begin this brew day just as we typically would by grinding fresh grains from the homebrew shop. We'll pop in our stainless steel mash basket and mash in. We'll be mashing at 133 degrees for 60 minutes for this particular beer. After we're done with that, we'll pull the basket and leave it drain for about 10 minutes. Once that is complete, we'll pull the basket out entirely. We will partially cover the kettle and we'll bring it up to a quick boil for 15 minutes. After that, we'll cool it down to 95 degrees and adjust our pH downward to about 4.5. Once we've met that target, we will add lactobacillus bacteria. For this beer, we're actually using a Good Belly probiotic drink that we bought from an organic grocery store. The internet tells me that this should work. It contains the same kind of lactobacillus bacteria that brewers use to kettle sour beer. A little for myself. All right, my plan was to come in on Friday and wrap this up, though I figured I probably should take a pH reading before I do that, just to make sure I don't overshoot. I'm glad that I did, because I've already overshot the pH. I wanted it to drop to about 3.5, which would make it a tart but not a really sour beer, which is really more of the style of Berliner Weiss. Going way past that, it's already down to 3.27. The lower the pH drops, the more sour it is. That's gonna be pretty sour, actually. So I can't wait any longer. I need to finish this beer now, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, one thing I should have mentioned is that you don't necessarily need a pH meter to decide when to stop your kettle souring process. You can just taste it. Yeah, that is sour. Not tart, but sour. By the way, not necessarily advised to taste this stuff. There could be some nasties growing in there that might make you sick. I'm sacrificing for everybody watching here. All right, so my alarm's going off, ready to transfer it over to my fermenter here. CFL US05, sprinkling it on top. I'm gonna aerate, shaking it for a couple minutes. By a couple minutes, I mean like 60 seconds. Okay, I'll pop an airlock in here, and then I'll take my starting gravity. That guy's done. A little sipper. So starting is gonna be 1032 for this beer. That's it for now. I'm gonna pop this in the fermenter and we will revisit it in a week or so once it's done fermenting. All right, it's been a week and a half. This beer is done fermenting. We've kegged it, carved it up, and it's ready to drink. It smells sour. It tastes sour. It's awesome. This is a great beer. It's exactly what I was hoping for, with one exception. It's a little more sour than I wanted it to be. Berliner Weiss beers are typically pretty sour. They're really sour, actually. I was hoping it would be more tart range, so you could taste the wheat a little bit more. Super light, really refreshing. This is gonna be a great early summer drinker. So maybe I'll try this again and be a little bit more careful with the souring process and cut it off a little bit sooner. That said, this is a great beer. I highly recommend giving this one a go if you're interested in a Berliner Weiss. I give this beer an 8 of 10, I'll say. The detailed recipe instructions are on our website, clawhammersupply.com. Thanks for watching. Cheers.